How's it going, everybody? Nick Daniels here yet again with another rant video. Gonna be one on the way to work as per usual. So I want to talk about minimum wage for a few minutes here. Now, minimum wage in Canada and Nova Scotia is only about $11 an hour, which has actually gone up to now 11. Like originally, we're talking like, you know, not so long ago, but you know, a few years ago, it was only like 10 something. So it's at least gone up to $11 an hour. Now I can't tell you all the, you know, all the facts that come along with higher minimum wage. I don't know about that kind of stuff, but I'm just going to talk to you about being on minimum wage compared to not being on minimum wage. So I currently make one job. I'm making a few more dollars an hour than minimum wage, and obviously, you know, it is nicer, right? You do make that extra little bit of money. But I find the biggest problem with minimum wage, and I'll be completely honest here, at least this is just from my perspective, is a lot of the people that work on minimum wage, they're not necessarily young people, right? Like they're of an older age, you know, and they definitely, I mean, I don't know for sure, but I would definitely have to assume anyway that they're probably thinking to themselves, you know, it's a little too late to go back to school. They probably got set income that they need, right, for whatever they have, kids, mortgage, whatever. And, you know, the real truth of the matter is some of these people are like living back at home, like, you know, with their parents, and they're like in their 30s. And it's like, that's not something I'd want to be bragging about, but that they just can't afford it, right? And also, a lot of them aren't like full-time employees. They're just kind of, you know, they've always just been part-time employees, and that's just how it's going to be. Like, they're just stuck doing that. So when you really look at minimum wage, right, in the situations that I'm providing there, it's literally just like people are stuck doing what they're doing and they don't have another option. I really think minimum wage is good for, like, honestly though, it's like, I think it's actually quite good if you're like a high school student, right? Like, that would be perfect. Like, a minimum wage job to me as a high school student is like, actually it's kind of ideal, because, you know, you can just do something that obviously doesn't require a lot of effort, you know what I mean, normally. You've probably heard it before, but minimum wage for minimum effort, that's a thing. You know, as much as you don't want to believe it. Yeah, so that's actually a thing. I'm sorry, I just had to park there. But I don't know. I mean, at the end of the day, like I said, it's minimum wage, man. Like I said, you're making, you know, very minuscule amounts of money, and I don't feel like that should be something that people should look at and be like, oh, hey, I can totally live off of that. But ironically, people do, and they try to make like not necessarily a career per se, but they try to make like a living and a life off of that. And I think a lot of people make the really wrong decision there. That personal opinion, I just don't think people should settle for that. I think that's just, again, like, perfect for the high schooler. Like, guy in high school wants to make an extra couple bucks a weekend or something. You know, minimum wage should be good, but I don't know, man. Like, obviously these jobs need people to fill them, but it's like at the same time, it's like, at what point do you draw the line and say, like, this job is just so pitiful, why would I even bother? You know what I mean? Anyway, so that's gonna be it, guys. Let me know what you folks think of the video, and we're gonna end her there. Thanks for watching. Peace.